Okay, so if there are any new viewers to this channel, I know I've gotten a few subscribers recently. Whenever I do the overly geeky things, in this case I'm doing something based on a comic book property, when I break up the review a little bit differently. I do my overall thoughts at the beginning, and then I do kind of a big spoiler section with certain breaks set up in between. So if you want to avoid the spoilers, just wait until after the first break and then come back after the second break. It's not too hard to figure out which is which there. Okay, so this is my overall thoughts on the first episode of Hellstrom. This is based on a Marvel Comics property. I'll get into that a little bit more in the spoiler section, but overall I'm going to give it a B. I think it does a good job of laying the groundwork for something interesting. It is definitely just as evocative as the John Constantine Hellblazer adaptation that was out a few years ago, that everyone loved but no one really watched. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good or bad thing in this case. It's definitely intriguing. I'm down for more. I'm down to learn more. If I have any real complaints on it, while I did like a lot of the world building, I don't think it did enough character building. Like, basically, Damien and Anna's backstory is crammed into this one little section of the episode. I kind of wish it had maybe been spread out a little bit more, so that we got a little bit here, a little bit here, and so we got to learn about them a little bit more, just at least from an outsider's perspective on that. So yeah, a B, definitely down for more. Could have used more character building.
Secret Wars.
Marvel supervillains are coming!
Secret Wars.
Can the Marvel superheroes stop them?
Marvel supervillains and superheroes figures, each sold separately. Here, Doctor Doom and the Doom Platoon, Magneto, Dr. Octopus. There, Captain America and the Champions of Freedom, Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Secret Wars. The secret's out. Dr. Doom and Spider-Man from the Marvel Secret Wars collection. Other figures each sold separately. From Mattel.
Okay, so this is based on the Marvel Comics property, Damien Hellstrom, the Son of Satan. It pretty much spoils everything right there. But yeah, he is someone who has kind of demonic magic abilities. He actually uses to fight his father, who is a demonic entity. It's not known if he's necessarily Mephisto. Like, in the Marvel Universe, there are many incarnations of the devil. Probably the most prominent, because especially if you follow comics on the internet, would be Mephisto, who, yeah, you would know from the origin of Ghost Rider, you would know from Spider-Man One More Day, or anything else, really. So you kind of get that idea. I don't think Damien is necessarily related to Mephisto. I think he's actually a different demonic character's father. I'm trying to think who it is. There's also Nestir, there's Negrol, there's a few other ones too. So, yeah. He's son of a devil, but maybe not necessarily the devil, if you get the idea. You also have Damien's sister, Anna, in this. In the comics, she is Satana, and she's probably more well known because of the absolutely ludicrous nature of her costume. That just, yeah, it screams, oh, we let the artist have way too much leeway on this, because those two appeared primarily a lot in Marvel magazines, which kind of allowed for a little more freedom because they were not under the jurisdiction of the Comics Code, so they could do a lot more adult things and get, like I said, they could get away with a lot more. And this is definitely a mature-rated show. There's a lot of there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of violence, some swearing, no nudity, but still. Anna, in this case, has some much more dignified outfits, at least. And so you kind of get a little bit of this. Like I said, it is very evocative of the John Constantine Hellblazer television series that aired a few years ago. Right off the bat, we have Damien being called in to work on a possessed boy, except he sort of pieced together that the boy has just followed a whole bunch of, like, you know, exorcism movie tropes, and he's, you know, speaking in Latin and swearing. He does add the extra touch of smearing his excrement on the wall to make threatening messages. But yeah, he's like, yeah, kid, I know you're faking here, so yeah, just go downstairs and tell your parents what the hell's going on. And he kind of like, and he sort of then demonstrates his own power by causing this like giant ring of fire to appear in the room. It's like, okay, you see what real power is? Okay. And we kind of get that off. At that point, he chastises the nun who called him in, who is named Gabrielle, and he's like, yeah, look, you need to do better investigating in this. And he also works with another possibly former nun named Louise Hastings, who runs an asylum, and this is where Damien and Anna's mother, who was possessed by a demon, possibly even the demonic soul of their father. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I can't. This is all speculating off the first episode. Anyway, and then there's Anna, who's kind of working as a museum curator, dealing with artifacts and the like, and she could also sort of read people who buy these things on the black market, and she finds one who is a serial killer, and she drains the lives of those he took out of his life and pushes them off a building. And you kind of get also the two are very much estranged. When the mother started showing signs of possession, she got committed. They got kind of split into different families, and there's also an illusion that their father may have abducted Anna at one point. The two really don't talk much, though Damien eventually contacts her when their mother starts acting even more weirder than usual. In fact, the mother compelled a male nurse at the asylum, and to break out to patients and go to where the sarcophagus is to open it. The nurse is then killed, and well, you think he's killed, but in reality, he pops up again later. And like the coffin has like these kind of metal, almost spider legs that kind of come out of it and like snatch people, and it breathes. And inside there's this one-eyed demon creature holding a book, and there's a symbol carved on it that Damien translates to mean consumption. And Anna takes the skull and tries to do some research on it. She doesn't really turn up much. At that point is when Damien contacts her, and she reluctantly decides to journey back to Portland to try to figure things out. And that's kind of where the episode ends. So, yeah, like I said, definitely some decent groundwork here. I already mentioned how evocative it is of the Hellblazer adaptation that aired a few years ago. So, again, characterization seems pretty good. They're definitely interesting. I would have liked to, like I said, I would have liked to have known more. Like, I didn't like that they kind of crammed the backstory into this one kind of 5 to 10 minute segment where Gabrielle is looking through the files and that are on a binder. They're in a binder that was on Dr. Hastings' desk. There's equally, I mean, you try to get the idea that Gabrielle is not stupid, but she acts really, really stupid sometimes, and that is annoying. And that does kind of drag it down a little bit. It's not perfect, but it definitely is enjoyable. That's why I'm giving it a B.
I got claws. I can use them.
Who said that?
Mutants must rule.
Did he say that?
Optic blast fire.
They all said that. They all talk.
Introducing Marvel talking superheroes and X-Men.
This is mine.
They make sounds, too.
3 separate voice sound activators let you control what they say.
Die, Spider-Man.
And do.
I want to eat your brain. Spider sense tingling.
Marvel talking superheroes and X-Men. Each sold separately from Toy Biz.
Okay, so I had intended for this to come out a lot earlier than it did. I'm putting the finishing touches on the New Avengers review, which is the next video, and I thought I could try to do something that would make it go by quicker, and it didn't really work. Like, everything's fine, and the video will come out, but it's just, I thought it would be done a lot sooner than it did. Like, I thought, maybe it would only take, a half an hour long or something, and it wound up taking 2.5 hours, so, yeah, my bad. Anyway, like I said, the next video is the random trade review on New Avengers: The Collective. After that, it might be either Over the Moon, which is animated film that's on Netflix next week, or it might be the rest of season 1 of Hellstrom. Those two might switch places, I'm not sure. But those are the next 2 videos for sure. I just don't know which order they're necessarily going to be in. And then we're going to round up the month with the season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian. I will also do a season 2 recap of The Mandalorian, but that will be when that season concludes, which might not be till December, I guess. Maybe November, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because they do the staggered release on that. They don't release all the episodes at once like they do on Hulu and Netflix. So we'll see when we get there. I do have a couple other things set up for, at least one other thing set up for November and a couple other things set up for December. So at least we got that for us. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.